is there just kind of a sense maybe in the locker room that like some of the success you've had over the last week could prove to be your big breakthrough or kind of maybe a
The Indiana Fever just beat the Aces. The first win for the Indiana Fever.
The Las Vegas Aces strutted into Indiana with their dynasty swagger, their championship rings, and their shiny resumes. They came expecting to remind the WNBA, who still ruled the league. What they walked into, however, was a full-blown reckoning. The Indiana Fever didn't just beat the Aces. They exposed them. They dismantled them. They humiliated them. And they did it without Caitlin Clark on the court. That 81-54 demolition wasn't a fluke.
Turning point for you guys for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all feeling good. I think the energy's high.
It wasn't luck. It was a calculated, ruthless, team-first masterpiece from a franchise that had been quietly building something special and waiting for the perfect moment to deliver a statement that couldn't be ignored. From the opening tip, it was clear something was different. The Fever came out with a sense of urgency, intensity, and focus that few teams in this league can match. They scored the first 6 points of the game and never looked back. By the end of the first quarter, they were up 21-4. That's not a typo. 4 points. That's all the mighty Aces managed in 10 full minutes of play. Indiana's defense was so airtight, the Aces might as well have been trying to dribble through a brick wall. Aaliyah Boston went to work immediately, carving up the paint with her post moves and physicality. Kelsey
Really good win in Minnesota. Had a chance to celebrate together. I think that only helps our chemistry. You know, all that stuff off the
Mitchell, always ready to step up, nailed shots with the kind of confidence that breaks opponents' will. Natasha Howard, she was everywhere, rebounding, scoring, directing traffic, and bullying Las Vegas's frontcourt like it was her personal playground. By the time the second quarter ended, the Fever had outscored Vegas 25-10 in that frame alone. Indiana shot an eye-watering 82% from the field in that quarter. Vegas, a pathetic 24%. The halftime score read 46-24. But the game was already over. Las Vegas just didn't know it yet. Let's talk about Lexie Hull. If you want a visual metaphor for this game, watch the moment in the third quarter when she boxed out A'ja Wilson like a seasoned veteran. Perfect positioning. Textbook technique. She earned that rebound.
Sport definitely fuels us. We're having fun with each other. We're having fun together playing. So I think it.
But what happened? A'ja Wilson, the league's darling, literally reached over her from behind, arms over shoulders, body across back, and ripped the ball away. Every kid who's played one season of organized basketball knows that's an over-the-back foul. Except not in this league. Not when you're A'ja Wilson. Not when the refs have decided that somehow, just existing near Wilson on defense is grounds for a whistle. What did the refs call? A jump ball. A gift-wrapped possession for the Aces in a moment when they desperately needed a miracle. And Stephanie White. She nearly lost it on the sidelines. Her hands went up. Her voice rose. And eventually, she got hit with a technical. She didn't care. She had to say something. Because enough is enough. But what happened next?
I think this is a good moment for us, and especially we're playing without one of our best players. So to do that in those circumstances.
Fever didn't lose their composure. They didn't let the officiating rattle them. They turned up the heat. By the time the fourth quarter began, the Fever led by 21. Vegas had been held to under 30% shooting for the entire game. And in the final frame, they scored just 7 points. 7. This is the same Aces team that loves to hype up their offensive firepower. Chelsea Gray, supposedly the best floor general in the game, managed just 2 points. She committed more turnovers than assists. And while A'ja Wilson's stat line looks nice, 29 points, 11 of 13 from the line, it was hollow. Her teammates were ghosts. And every bucket she made felt like trying to bail water from a sinking ship with a thimble. Indiana's team defense was something out of a championship highlight reel. Every switch was crisp. Every rotation was perfect. They collapsed on drives, closed out shooters, forced turnovers, and made Vegas look like a rec league team trying to solve a Rubik's Cube with their eyes closed. They held the Aces to just 26% shooting, the worst offensive performance by a Fever opponent in over 15 years. And they did all of it without Caitlin Clark. Now pause for a second and really think about that. This isn't just about one win. This isn't just about a revenge game or a fluke hot night. This is a statement about how far this team has come, how dangerous they are even when they're undermanned, and how much scarier they'll become once Clark is back. She didn't touch the court, but her presence was still felt. She was locked in, standing, cheering, shouting, leading. The cameras caught her time and time again, erupting with joy as her teammates crushed the league's supposed juggernaut. That's real leadership. That's what separates stars from superstars. Clark didn't need 30 points to make an impact. She made her team believe even from the bench. Meanwhile, the Aces bench looked like a funeral. Slouched shoulders, blank stares, no urgency, no answers. They didn't just lose the game, they lost their identity. This game wasn't just about offense or defense. It was about belief, confidence, connection. The Fever shared the ball like a seasoned playoff team. They had 24 assists on 31 made field goals. They played for each other, trusted each other, and never let the moment get too big. When the refs gave Vegas life, Indiana stepped harder on the gas. When Asia Wilson got the benefit of every phantom foul in the book, Boston answered with clean, punishing buckets. When Gray tried to steady the ship, she was swallowed by Indiana's defensive rotations and stripped of all rhythm. Let's circle back to that locker room energy. After the Fever's win over Minnesota, the chemistry was palpable. Players said it felt like a breakthrough, a turning point, and you could see that belief spill onto the court in this game. These aren't just individual talents coexisting, they're a team. They have each other's backs. They fight for every possession. They're playing free, loose, and joyful, even while grinding their opponents into dust. And you better believe they're keeping receipts. The Fever remember every slight, every bad call, every talking head who said they were nothing without Clark, every game they lost against the Aces for nearly a decade. This wasn't just a win. This was justice. This was retribution. This was a message to the league. The Indiana Fever are no longer your easy win. They're not interested in moral victories or feel-good headlines anymore. They're here to compete, to climb, to dominate. And for the Aces, this was their worst nightmare. They got every advantage, every whistle, every excuse to bounce back, and still got run out of the building. They looked slow, unfocused, and fragile. And no amount of free throws from Whistle Wilson could save them. Stephanie White. She might have been furious in the moment, but when she looked at her team afterward, she had to be proud. They didn't just win. They announced themselves. No Caitlin Clark. No problem. Because this Indiana squad is deeper than anyone realized. And the scariest part? They're only just getting started. If you're rocking with the Fever, if you saw what we all saw, that changing of the guard in real time, drop CC and Lexie in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a moment of the revenge tour that's only just beginning. The WNBA has officially been put on notice. Indiana is coming. And next time, Clark won't just be on the sideline. She'll be leading the charge.